we're in a neighborhood where you're not also having to battle racial discrimination.
Most Nigerians didn't come here rich.
Oh, okay, that was your.
They
point.
have to work their way up. Okay,
Yeah.
so they grew up.
Their way up,
they came here and lived in like the poor areas, the hood, the projects, right?
Yeah.
So our parents, a lot of the older generation.
So I guess the Americans have, you know, the projects, the system that they zoned y'all in was in the projects. So that was their project. It was project zone these niggas up here so that we know everybody's here. We can keep everybody at bay and sort of like keep a register on everybody. Became the projects, it became what it is, blah blah blah. Some parts of the world we call it a township, right? It's ghetto shit, ghetto vibe. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, even just the difference in like how we like term this whole shit, maybe it's in the differences in the systems itself. The system that was a township, you feel me, in South Africa. I don't know what they have or had in Nigeria that end up differentiating the, you know what I'm saying, the poor black, you know what I'm saying, ghetto areas versus the advanced, more suburban, white, you know what I'm saying? And I believe like it's still there, this whole thing. It's just, it's the residue of it, right? It's the remnants of the shit. But now it's not even, it's beyond race now, because even there's black people that have this, it's not even, that's why I don't want to even say white supremacy mindset, but it is a supremacy mindset. But it's now, you know what I'm saying, even other races are involved, but now it's more classist. Yeah, let me say it like that. It's more classy. Woo! It's more classy because it's classist, bro. You feel me? So it's beyond the color of the skin now, type shit.
Africans, the only perception of black Americans that they saw was what was going on in those projects, the degenerate part.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of times Nigerians bring that same classist, elitist attitude that they had in Nigeria.
Classist, you see?
To America.
You catch it.
Yeah.
And they treat black Americans, I'm talking about older generation Nigerians, they treated black Americans with that same attitude.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's already separate.
It's already separate.
Yeah.
So as a black American back in the day, and even probably sometimes even to this day, right? You looking at a fellow African like, oh, you know, my brother, like from the motherland, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you thinking shit is cool.
You think it's sweet.
It's sweet. But a lot of times,
think your shit sweet.
What happened was they had an automatic perception of, you know, black Americans based on what they were seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I think it starts there, okay?
Yeah.
And let me gather my thoughts.
Gather that shit, nigga.
Okay, let me help Zias out here. What happens is you have poor but usually educated immigrants coming from Africa, coming from the Caribbean, because it's not easy to get a visa, yet alone a green card, to come to America from these countries. So the people who are usually getting access to those things, it's not the poor people in those countries. It's certainly not the people with no connections, no education. It's people who have, in their country, they are making what is the equivalent of $20,000, $30,000 a year, but they are the upper working class in their country. They're teachers, they're doctors, they are functioning members of their society, and usually educated. At the very least, they completed high school, but many of them have some amount of college education or, higher level of learning. They come to America, they come with a plan. They come with a little bit of money saved up. They come with this drive, I am going to make something out of this.
Change my life.
I'm going to start a business. I'm going to go to university. I'm going to put my children through college, all of that. And then they look around, like what Zeus is saying though, but because they come here and they're not usually wealthy or have a lot of money when they come here, they do end up living in lower income areas. But they're surrounded by black people who are the descendants of Jim Crow and the crack epidemic and all kinds of just fucking bullshit that has been the black American experience in this country. And so these people are working with a completely different foundation.
But then here's how shit like goes, at least in my mind, like about it. You feel me? That's why you get shit like this tension of like xenophobia and shit like that. Because you get a motherfucker who's trying to change their own life. They come into your country thinking that it's better opportunities, it's more advanced than my own country, blah blah blah, things like that, right? And then with that kind of mindset, they like, yo, I literally do anything, bro. Like, because like I'm away from home, right? Home is worse than this, bro. This is way better. So I'd rather just like stay here, you feel me? And they end up, you know what I'm saying, finding out that what it takes to stay here is like work for close to nothing, you feel me? Like just accept slavery kind of mindsets and all that kind of, like, you basically fuck, you're surviving like for nothing, really. You know what I'm saying? But then what happens is that the generation that comes like out of us, let's say, you know, we the first generation of like that class of people, right? It's like, yeah, we live like literally all we do is barely surviving. That's the role that this generation is playing, right? But then we make sure that we do survive. So we make sure that the kids we have, they do go to school, they do, you know what I'm saying, blah blah blah, for these better opportunities. They will be the ones to at least enjoy some sort of self-gratification. You know what I'm saying? Like a sense of it. Not even like the whole thing, but just a taste of it, a sense of it. But then you see their children, our grandkids, as the first generation to do that, our grandkids might just, you know what I'm saying? They might be the ones to go start these businesses and blah, blah, blah. Because their parents were better than us, their grandparents. We just made sure that we had to get the foot in the door. Just get in the land. Right, we're in the land. Yes, we you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third, we are inferiorized. Ooh, damn. You feel me? We allow ourselves to be victimized by this white supremacy and shit like that. We will do anything, right? We were that generation. Our kids were like, at least they went to school, because at least we made sure they go to school. Even though we sleep on like just bread and water. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But made sure they go to school. So priorities at the same time. Priorities is, you know what I'm saying, what differentiates the whole thing between the ones that were smart with it and the ones that were dumb with it. Like, they were dumb, feel me? Stupid with it. Retarded with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they go to school, and then when they go to school, at least they can get better job. You know what I'm saying? Opportunities and shit like that. Earn better than us, so that the kids could do something that frees them up even more. Maybe their kids don't even have to go to school. They can just start businesses from the jump because their parents were smart enough, because they were earning better than us, the grandparents. They were able to save up, blah, 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 for the kid's future, not even for the kid's education, blah, blah, blah. For the kid's future, even if it is education, but for the kid's future, right? So let's say the kid decides, nah, I don't want to go to college, I just want to start this business, blah, blah, blah. And then let's say that parent was open enough for that to happen, and then it happens. Then they become that first generation to become millionaires and change our whole lives. You see, now I'm involved as the first generation. Now I'm eating the fruits of that because I was able to live long enough to see my grandkids. It's a blessing in that way. So I feel like having the full vision to see how it's going to play out in that sense is actually kind of smart. It's actually kind of wise. I ain't going to lie. So, damn, that was a yap session.